Hi everyone, Dr. Marie Hoying here from Foundation Chiropractic. Tonight I'm going to be talking about 3 main causes of sensory challenges, like anxiety and sensory processing disorder, and ADHD and ADD, and even autism. You guys, 1 in 6 children have some type of learning disability today. 1 in 6 children. And 1 in 5 children have some type of defined mental disorder as well. These are huge issues in our country today. So what's causing these children to be stuck with these challenges? And I think we first need to ask the question of, what is a sensory challenge? And basically what a sensory challenge is it's a child's brain that is stuck in a fight or flight state. And a fight or flight state is basically a go, 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 stress, 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 high noise. The brain is noisy, basically. So again, what are the 3 main causes for getting these kids to be stuck in this state? The first one is physical stressors. And a lot of times this starts from birth. So the birthing process, it's not an easy process. It's a very stressful and strainful process on the baby, especially in today's world. So they're starting out, and it's putting, when they come through that birth canal, or whether it's C-section or however it may be, it's putting a tremendous amount of stress and strain on that baby's spine and nervous system. So these kids, they get started off in this stress state, and then they start to, what do? They start to learn to walk, right? And move around. So what are they doing when they're learning to walk? Falling hundreds and hundreds of times in a week. And what are they doing? They're falling on their buttocks. They're hitting their heads. And then they keep growing, and then they get involved with sports, and they have these wipeouts, and they're falling again, and all these main physical stressors are being put onto their nervous system that you might not think is much of anything really at the time, but they all build up. So these are the physical stressors. Next is chemical stressors. And I don't think I really have to get into much detail with this because this is everywhere nowadays. You guys, there's chemicals in everything. Our food, our environment, all the preservatives, all the dyes, all the chemical crap that's in our food. It's very hard to eat healthy nowadays because of all the junk, all these chemicals that are in our food. And then you turn on the TV and what do you see? Another chemicals that's banned, right? So these chemical stresses, they add up as well, and they're everywhere. The last one is emotional stresses. And emotional stresses are rampant in today's world with kids. Everything online, all the social media crap. There's cyberbullying, and then not to mention, especially when kids are in middle school. I know that's a very challenging time for a lot of kids that just get bullied, and it's extra stress that these kids have to deal with. Not to mention all the tests and the stress of passing these tests to be able to move on with different things. But not to mention these kids are stuck in a classroom all day long. There's no ability to be able to run out and play and do life like they should. And so all 3 of these, the physical stressors, the chemical stressors, the emotional stressors, they build up and they build up and they build up, and they get pushed into the brain so that the brain cannot adapt. And the brain gets stuck in this sensory spectrum. It gets stuck in this fight or flight state, and it can't calm down. It can't relax. The brain is set in sensory overload. It's set in sensory overdrive. So what do we got to do? We got to fix the cause. That's not only eliminating those chemical and emotional stressors, but we have to eliminate the stressors on the nervous system. You guys, we live our life through our nervous system. Literally, it gives you the ability to grow and adapt and thrive, to live your absolute best possible life. A gentle, specific chiropractic adjustment does just that, so that these kids can have the ability to adapt to these stressors, and it allows them to get out of that sensory spectrum. It allows them to get out of that fight or flight state, which ultimately decreases that sensory overload. So if you guys know any moms or parents who have these kids who are stuck and they're looking for answers, you guys aren't alone. This stuff's everywhere. But we're going to be doing a workshop in our office, Foundation Chiropractic in Dublin, at the end of this month, February 26th, from 6:30 to 7:30. And I'm going to be diving deep into the science behind all of this. And I'm going to be giving tips and tools and action steps that you can take so that we can help these kids live their best possible life. I hope you guys found this interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned because I will be back.